So we often see these large-scale transformation projects, and they might be under a single banner. We want to automate our AML process. We want to drive a 90% reduction in manual handling time in our process. It's inspiring in some ways, and they're quite lofty, but I think they're often quite unachievable. What happens is you come back 2 years later and you look at what's really been achieved, and that there may have been some kind of gradual improvement in some of the parts of that process, but full automation has been kind of out of reach. And I think that if we look at the AML process, whether we go from verification, risk modeling, risk scoring, transaction monitoring, in reality, it's a series of workflows, and they're linked. Clearly, they're all part of the same macro process, but there's also different levels of viability for automation and different challenges that come with automating those parts of the workflow. So one thing I think always helps is to actually break that down into a subset of mini programs or projects, and identify where the quick wins are. And what you find is that if you take something like, if I use the Kyckr example, business verification, and really get under the skin of that, what you find is that actually that there are big gains to be found that even in those sub-processes. And if you can get those wins and start generating that automation, that can then cascade into other parts of the process. One example to give you on that, again, another stat from a recent study, about 45% of a KYC analyst's time is spent on public data collection. So even if you could just sort that bit around how you collect data at the first part of the process, that's roughly half the manual handling time from an analyst that can be removed.